This old guy DIY video has to do with a GoPro 360 holder that's modular that I just made for a buddy of mine who's into photography. About a week ago, a friend of mine called and he said, I've been looking at these backpacks that are set up to take a GoPro 360 camera. They cost about 160 bucks. I was wondering if you had any ideas on how we could make it so I could use my existing backpack and safely run a GoPro 360 over the top of my head. So I gave it a little bit of thought. This took me about 20 minutes to make, probably $10 worth of materials if you have to buy them. In my case, I had all the parts in the barn, so it's pretty easy. But all I used is 4 carabiners, 2 on each side. This is some 1/4-inch elastic type stuff. I took a 1-inch piece of PVC conduit, cut it in half, and this is a piece of mud flap that I cut to 7 inches by 12 inches. If you'd like to see the rest of the story, please keep watching. In this case, his backpack is about 7 inches wide. I looked at the existing connection points he had on the side, and I just kind of lined these holes up with what he already had going on there. This piece of mud flap provides the structure, and then I took this piece of 1-inch gray conduit, and it's just held in there with 2 pop rivets, so that maintains the vertical position. And this elastic stuff pulls tightly around whatever you have for a GoPro stick, and then you can set the tension based on where you hook the carabiners in relation to what's already on the bag. In this case, this is a Hunter Specialty Monopod that I bought for about $8 some years ago. Last year when he was going to use a Monopod, I just took this piece of 1/2-inch PVC, put a cap on it, put a 1/4-20 bolt out of the end, and that works great. Now I'll remove this from the pack and show you how it works. So installing and removing is as easy as unclipping these carabiners. With the carabiners unhooked and the Monopod removed, you can see what the structure looks like. That's that piece of mud flap that's 7 by 12. I put 2 1/8-inch rivets in there just to hold the thing vertical and put a washer on the back. I just tied a simple knot on each side. The pieces of elastic here are 12 inches long. Then I drilled holes that were down beneath center, so no matter what size shaft you put in there, you'll always have tension on it. I found the easiest way to assemble this is to take this assembly with the mud flap and the PVC and attach it to the backpack with moderate tension. So you can see this little piece of bungee is pulled tight. And then I'll just take my left hand, pull out on this while I'm taking that selfie stick and inserting it from the top, pushing down. Now the selfie stick is installed, and you can see that it has a little bit of motion left to right. So since this is nice and taut in the middle, I'll just grab these carabiners and I'll move them back one position on one side, and this whole package should be nice and tight and ready for use. I ended up moving the carabiner back to the last position on both sides. And whatever you do for positioning is going to be a function of the elasticity of the product that you used running across here. In this case, this Hunter Specialty Monopod fits nicely into this piece of 1-inch PVC. So it's just a nice tight package, and it's not going anywhere. This is a big file. It's easier for me to make the video and put it out on YouTube for him to take a look at it than it is for me to try to explain it to him. But this is the prototype. If he likes it, we'll make it a little fancier if he prefers, or he can try it for a while. In the meantime, although this is not the be-all and end-all, I was hoping that it might provide some food for thought for you guys so you can come up with a better plan of your own. If you use this plan on a backpack like this, I measured the mud flap to 7 by 12. I cut that piece of 1-inch PVC to 12 inches. And then I just have 2 1/8-inch rivets, 2 pieces of 12-inch bungee, and 4 carabiners. And with that, you can safely carry a 360 stick anywhere you go. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and have a great night. This is what's left of the mud flap. I've been using this thing for several projects over the years. Every time I go to Tractor Supply, I look down in the truck bay. In the last 20 years, on 3 occasions, there's been a mud flap laying there. I just asked the kid back at the dock if he has any use for it. He says, no, I was going to throw it away. Go ahead and take it. So this has become one of my go-to products when I'm doing some freelance engineering for projects like this.